Ready or not, here I come, you can't hide. Gonna find you and take.
Welcome to Hide and Seek TV. I'm about to get ready to do a really deep breakdown on the movie Wrong Turn, the very first one actually. And I'm going to really break down the concept because it's basically like the film is redundant, you know what I'm saying? But I'm going to break it down, you know, from the very first one because it's about what, 8 of them, 6 or 8 of them. So I'm going to break this down. First off, as you see, you got your girl Jessie and you got your boy Desmond. And I'm about to really tap deep into this because this is a very deep thing, because if what really got me about this is that how his name is Chris, and when you think of that off the rip, you automatically think of Christ. You get where I'm going? And how her name is Jessie. And I'm gonna delve into all of this real deep. But basically the guy Desmond, you know what I mean, playing the role of Chris, aka Christ. Desmond alone just means one from the South Munster. Basically, that's practically saying like monastery, and it's like basically someone who's under spiritual vow, you know what I'm saying? Hint, he's playing the role of Christ. And then you have her, Eliza, playing the role of Jessie. Now when you understand the name Jessie, what it does is it goes in the masculine form, becomes Jean, which when you transform that and transform John, you know, Jean is basically John in French. So when you transfer John in French to the English, it becomes Jacob. And we all know about the 12 tribes of Jacob. You know what I'm saying? And this stuff is deep because Carly, which is even deeper, that name alone anyway, basically come into like the sense of Karas, you know what I mean? Christ. You get what I'm saying? Because Christ, you get where I'm going with this. Like, this stuff is deep, you know what I mean? And the guy, her boyfriend name was Scott. You know what I'm saying? Like, it all just keeps going. The girl, her name was Lindy. She's her name's Francine, which means free man. And the other girl, Yvonne, name is Haley. I'm gonna delve into all of this, and I'm actually gonna be showing the kill count. I'm gonna do the video on this right quick. It's kind of gruesome, but I'm just gonna break this down what all this really symbolized. You know what I'm saying? Because all of this stuff is literally right in our face. You feel me? Especially this right here. Notice how she falls from the mountain, and in scripture as it's written anyway, which is so deep, because as it's written in Matthew 21:44, and whosoever shall fall on this stone shall be broken. You know, like the stumbling block, which is so deep about that, because as it's written anyway, and I'm actually going to pull up an image very soon. As it's written anyway, the Messiah is the stone, which is the foundation, the rock, that the builders, aka the Masons, reject. Do you get where I'm going with this? They reject him being the headstone. So when you understand that, that literally represents number 5, aka the Lewis stone. He represents the Lewis stone. Because all you do with the Lewis is literally rise up and lift, you know, the stone to be risen up. And they don't want to do that. They really want to be their own gods and exalt themselves. Do you get where I'm going with this? This stuff it gets serious. And like I said, her right here, her name is Haley. Her name is Haley right here. And the name Haley anyway just means holy. Notice that they're all dying in the wilderness. This whole film takes place in the wilderness. You know what I'm saying? And it's so deep about that because that's literally nothing. But as it's written, when Israel goes through their tribulation, they go through their trials and tribulations within the wilderness. Do you get where I'm going with this? For if ye turn away from him, that's why it's called Wrong Turn, because it represents number 32:15. For if ye turn away from him, he will yet again leave them in the wilderness, and ye shall destroy all this people. You know what I'm saying? So basically, you're going to go under destruction. And keep this going. That's why the people look like they do, because all they are is nothing but demons. You know what I'm saying? That's all these people are demons. You feel where I'm going with this? So I'm going to keep this rolling. her right here, like I said, her name is Francine. You know what I mean? And when you understand the name Francine, like I said, it means free man, which is basically saying you're like free from the burdens of the world. You know what I mean? Because you're basically a servant of righteousness. You're not a slave to the world. His name is Scotty. You remember, what was it? Star Trek? Remember the movie the show Star Trek? And he used to say, beam him up, Scotty. When you understand that, all that's basically saying is the ascension to heaven. You know what I mean? That's all it's saying. And notice they getting killed by arrows because that represents nothing but the weapons of the wicked. See what I'm saying? Notice her right here. Like this right here is a very deep, because notice how she gets. Notice how she get killed in the tree. You know what I'm saying? And when you understand that, so her name is Carly. That goes right back to, like I said, the Christ. You get what I'm saying? And it's so deep on that because when you understand Acts 5:30, as it's written, the gods of our fathers raised up Messiah, whom ye slew and hanged on a tree. Come on, man. This is deep right here. Notice the cop. It's a cop coming to play, because what I'm about to do is delve real deep into this, because the cop actually gets destroyed. He gets killed by the arrow. But as it's written, think not that I come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill the law. You know what I mean? And notice how they're in the wilderness anyway for basically not keeping the law. You know what I'm saying? Pay attention to this.
Motherfuckers. Just die.
And like I said, how his name is basically Christ. You know what I mean? And his real name is Desmond. Remember I said Desmond don't mean nothing but monastery. And his name is Christ because as it's written in scripture, that the land shall be destroyed by the fire. In 2 Peter 3:10, the heavens will disappear with a roar, the elements will be destroyed by fire, and the earth and everything in it will be laid bare. Hence this whole aspect. You know what I mean? And as it's written anyway, that's how it's going to be. You know what I mean? The world should be as like literally the ashes of the fire. You get where I'm going with this? Like this stuff is all in our face. It's just all about, can you see and can you read between the lines? You get where I'm going? And I'm about to delve even deeper into this, because when you pay attention to how it's in the wilderness, and what got me is when you understand scripture, it's so deep, because as it says, he in Psalms 23, in the 23rd Psalm, he maketh me to lie down in the green pastures. You know what I mean? Because remember I told you the one girl name was Haley, and you see how she get tripped. You know how she try to escape and she can't escape. You know what I mean? Because judgment is taking her. But I'm gonna delve deep into this, because like I was just reading in the 23rd Psalm, what is so deep about that, as it's written, you know, he lieth me to lay in the green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yeah, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death. What is the valley? The wilderness. You know what I'm saying? Like this stuff is all in our face. You know what I mean? And like I said, how the guy named Desmond's playing the role Chris, aka Christ, and Desmond means nothing but the monastery. When you understand the monastery, like I said, you know, you look at like the monks, but I'm just using the aspect because like it's like the house of religious vows, you know, the house of vow, as it's written in Psalms 27:4. One thing I have desired of the Lord, that will I seek after, that I might dwell in the house of the Lord all the days of my life, to behold the beauty of the Lord and to inquire his temple. You get where I'm going with this? Like this stuff is all in our face. Like I said, once again, you know what I mean? And this is like a really deep thing, because just going to NBA 2K21, I just want to use the trailer right quick. As you see, like I said, how they don't represent nothing but demons in the wilderness coming to seek and destroy. Notice how that's like the angel of destruction. You know what I'm saying? On the 2K21 trailer. But even though this is all about the future prophecy of Revelation 12, I just want to show the aspect of that. You know what I'm saying? But like I'm actually going to I'm just going to really end that right here. And I'm going to mention that one more time about the girl Jessie, the main girl who was who literally the only one who made it out of the wilderness. Like I said, it was her and the guy Chris. They were the ones that make it out because, like I said, the name Jesse becomes John, and John becomes it literally means Jacob. You know what I'm saying? John literally means Jacob. And then what's so deep about that is because as you know already, Israel shall be saved. You know what I mean? It's a real deep aspect. That's all this whole plot was talking about. Israel and the remnants among Israel shall be saved. You get what I'm saying? This is all it's talking about. The true one world order. You know what I mean? With Israel and the remnants among them being saved out by the Messiah. Notice how he blew it up. He blew up everything with the one shot. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. It's all in our face. Hint again, the law being destroyed. What a cop. Because all that represents is them trying to destroy the law. Demons trying to destroy the law. You know what I mean? But as it's written, think not that I come to destroy the law of the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill. But notice what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? The whole thing was literally the law, the cops, that, you know, they couldn't get help from the cops in time because that represented nothing but basically them going through the curses within the wilderness. Notice how only one who made it out was the girl whose name was Jessie, aka meaning Jacob, and she made it out with the Messiah, basically. That's all this was, made it out of the wilderness. But I'm basically going to end that right here. Stay tuned to Hide and Seek TV. Much more is coming. Peace.